Oh Lord, I've done so many things wrong. I backed away when I should have stood strong. I quit things were taking too long, and Lord, it's taking forever to write this song. I was born on the mighty Mississippi. My daddy was a mean drunk hippie. When mama had me, that damn doctor hit me, and now you know why I'm so goddamn lit. So listen up and take a step back. Real rap's a journey, not a one-way track. Find your own voice, don't just imitate, cause the real ones rise and fakes ones fade. Bragging up the streets they roam, and sitting on the cold aluminum throne while I'm spitting and vibing, they just moan, claiming they're kings but sitting alone. Got bars like a prison, but they can't break free. Spitting recycle lies, no originality, and here I am bringing up clarity while they babble on, lost in their parody. No need to set a trap with a limp in their wall. People saying that you ever can't even talk. Babbling lies, they think they're so fly, but I'm here to tell them to say goodbye. Babbling nonsense, trying to chase that fame, but I'm here to call it out. It's a damn shame, claiming they're the next big E in the game, but their rhymes are weak, just a flicker, no flame. You sound familiar, yeah, real vanilla, so similar, like some out of place gorilla in a small villa deep in Manila, kin to Queen Camilla and her flotilla and all kinds of furbies and chinchilla who drank too much tequila. And what's really killer is that the real thriller is the real spiller of the real filler, is the real filler of the real deal. All these channel nerds on this panel verse using battle words to tackle turds and slaying shit in bit non-bits, putting out hits on men with tits and chicks with dicks and LGBT misfits and don't know shit yet, professing truth like an effing sleuth in a private booth with a lying tooth, drunk or removed like a damn fool. And just in case you haven't heard, I'm a true ogre that writes his own word, so don't cross the line, it isn't blurred. From first-hand experience I've learned when I hold the words back in my mind. It's just me trying to be kind, but no, man, I'm not so mine. Speaking is the right kind. Speaking vivid visions right from the start, with each word playing a certain part. A verbal picture that shows its own art, painted with passion, inspired by the heart. I'm telling you, break the chains with the truth in a world full of babble and giving proof. So drop the act, let the real ones thrive. In this rap game, only the genuine survive. When things have become so problematic, I try to find solutions like an addict looking for a bump to keep up the habit, and the effect seems so damn automatic. This comes a personality or whatever you want to call it. I don't participate chasing a bag by trying to ball it. See, I'm a redneck with no money, even paying wallet. So go ahead and keep hating on me like Jussie Smollett.
Everyone questioning my style, you must be kidding. The words that I am putting forth are hitting you in the right in the face, yet you are tripping. You're drunk on something and you ain't been sipping. Just step into the metaverse where the vibes can be cursed. Digital dreams, but sometimes it feels like a hearse. People lost in avatars, chasing likes in the cloud. But what's worse is the real world's fading now. We all have the freedom of speech, but people always trying to bleep me. Is it because they can't keep me? Or is it because they can't beat me? Bringing the simple truths that you can't destroy. All the flagging things I've seen since I was a boy. The things that made me cry and brought me joy. The good and bad in my life I learned to employ. Taking from them the experience and leaving emotions behind. And so I learned to be true and no longer accept to be blind. Acting and performing in ways that others have defined, only to find out once again that I have them aligned. We're living in a world that's so filled with doubt. If you're caught in the game, they don't seem to break out. I see you looking for the truth, but it's hard to scout. Thought you were awake, but finding you're lost in the clouds. They feed us the script, gotta learn to live without. Learn to question every lie and to flip the route. See the ages lurking in the dark corners all about. See I'm breaking free, hear my discernment speaking out. Perception's a trick punch like a shadow in a bout. Chasing after dreams, others trying to drown them out. But I rise from the ashes and break free from that doubt. In this matrix of madness, you hear me Scream out, breaking the chains and getting rid of all the doubt. That's what you have to do to find your way out. Drink the clean waters and let your vision sprout. In a world of deception, together we'll rise and shine. From the matrix way, twist what it's all about. Reality's not a screen, it's delusion. You can do it out. Trapped in that illusion and mostly seeing others pout. Feeling like a pawn in a game where they set the route. Bet you didn't think I could wipe this rap. Bet you didn't bet I'm right in fact. So scream all you want and write in caps. All you really doing is fighting stats. So remember I was born on the mighty Mississippi. My daddy was a mean drunk hippie. My mama had me, that damn doctor hit me. And now you know why I'm so goddamn lippy.
Days ago, and look who we have. Say hi to Dempsey. We've come to realize that it's a female with the dull coloring, and so therefore it is no longer Dempsey Sir Poops a Lot. It is Dempsey Madam Poops a Lot. So just once again, reminder, if you're a steward of life, you will have lifelong friends. God bless. Love y'all. Have a great day. And greetings, everybody. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. I want to remind everybody, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. There is a PayPal link down there for anybody that wants to share some love. All is appreciated. And we've got the StreamYard link down there for anybody that wants to join the panel. We got Russ with us here tonight again. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Hope you're doing the same.
I am well. I am well.
Good, good.
We're coming at everybody with the Tits Out and Balls to the Wall number 19. Coming back with another Copaholic Special number 6. And I know I've been doing a lot of these, but that's only because I'm amping up on the urgency to have people start learning this stuff and comprehending what's really going on and start doing things that will be effective in their own lives. And the first line in that is communication. Start, go out and get yourself a concise English handbook and start learning what the English language is really about, and understand that the language they're using is a little bit different. And that is one of the most important reasons why you should just shut the fuck up. And so tonight we've got a lot of stuff we're going to show you as it relates to just shutting the fuck up in these venues against the police corruption. Because if you do, oftentimes their own corruption will just destroys themselves. So,
well, if you don't shut up, at least if you do speak up, speak your own language through your spirit.
Correct. And sometimes it's a matter of bluntness. Now these first two videos I've got here, just comedic interactions. They're setups. They're not actual police interactions, but I just wanted to bring a humor to it in the aspect of what people use for comedy skits against the police or referencing satirical aspects of the police. And this is the mentality of people waking up to this. So let's take a look at the first one. And it's very short and simple, folks.
This woman was pulled over by this police officer when she decided to roast him.
Do you know why I'm standing here?
Because you got all C's in high school.
This woman was pulled over by this police officer when she decided to roast him.
Do you know why I'm standing here?
Because you got all C's in high school.
So yeah, it's that's relative to the kind of people that they hire are people that really can't think for themselves and are willing to listen to somebody else say that they've got authority to do these things. And if you have problems, just come to me. I'll help sort it all out for you. And the issue here is that generally they would be the ones getting thrown under the bus. But what happens is instead of getting thrown under the bus, it might look like that sometimes, but then they just, instead of, they get thrown under the bus, they lose their job and pop up somewhere else. And there they are, still doing the same thing. And so it's kind of pathetic. But the next one, same gal. So again, just a skit, a bit, non-bit, not a real police interaction. Just a bit of humor as we get started that points out the relative reality.
Officer stopped this woman for speeding, and when he asked for the reason why she was speeding, her answer left him completely speechless.
Where do you think you're going?
To the donut shop.
At 80 miles an hour?
I had to make sure I got there before you and make sure there was donuts left.
This police...
So just a bit of humor to get it started out. But the next one we got, very relative to knowing your rights, folks, is when they try to accost you on your property and the reasons that they try to state. There's really only one reason the policeman should be at your door, pounding on it and try to force their way in, and that would be with a warrant. Otherwise, it would be a community care thing or a notice that, hey, somebody in your family was involved in a car accident. And they generally don't do that by coming to your door. We have a nice device today known as a mobile phone. So they generally have a phone number they can contact you, and they do it that way. So generally, the only two reasons is an actual community care home check or something for somebody that might be elderly or disabled or something. Otherwise, they shouldn't be approaching your door unless they have a warrant.
Showed up at this young lady's doorstep, and without a warrant, they tried to manipulate her and enter her property. But this lady stood her ground and didn't allow them to push her over. And instead, she did precisely what anyone should. She knew the law, stood firm, and didn't allow her basic civil rights to be trampled.
My mom didn't want to enter the house because you guys are here. What can you guys do except for exit?
And come back with a warrant.
Yes.
And come back with a warrant. So if that's what you got to do, then do it, because I'm not allowing you to come in without a warrant.
You should have came with one.
Exactly. This is known as a failure of due process. Are you stupid? You got all C's in high school?
Okay. Or we could go to court right now.
No, we can't.
Yeah, you guys could. If you really wanted to push for it, you could. That's how it goes. I read the law.
Well, then you should know what we're
No,
supposed
yeah,
to do.
we're
This is
exit off my property without a warrant. Bye. You guys are not welcome here. No, you guys try to take my.
And see, the context of this video is these two gals here in the back, they're there on an animal welfare check. But that is just harassment because they've already been checked on that before. And now they're coming back on the same context. And they've already been there for a bird or something. And, if they're there for a bird and they check the bird, but they didn't check anything else.
My dog, and I represent myself. I got my dog back, and then now I'm gonna do the same thing. But now I'm gonna sue all of you.
Do you understand that if you just showed us your birds, and
If you understand.
Yeah, I had it backwards. She had it over a dog. She was correct in the dog situation, got her dog back, and now they're back here for birds.
And if you just leave, like, we don't even have to have this conversation. It's obviously not going nowhere, so why don't you go?
We're going to, when we come back with a warrant again, you're going to be just as upset.
If you guys give me a warrant, I will let you in because you guys have the legal grounds to be on my property. Right now, you guys are just a bunch of people giving me a hard time.
Absolutely. What do you think, Russ?
I agree, but I think another thing that should be pointed out here, not only the ladies representing whatever they're representing, but for the chief or the sheriff of any county or city to participate without them having come in with some verifiable proof of something, that's a waste of resources just as well.
Correct. What he's saying is, if the two people that came with actual evidence would have done everything again according to due process, there wouldn't have been any waste of resources. They would have been there with a warrant, with affidavit signed and everything presented to the court in proper fashion so that they could go to that door with a warrant. By trying to assert authority that you don't have without a warrant, by going to the door and harassing people, that is exactly what it is. It's harassment.
And that's what it takes to get that warrant. It takes two to tango.
It's manipulation, intimidation, threats, coercion, all of that.
Right, but it takes two to tango, or it wouldn't happen.
Yes, again, without that documentation first, so that they could put that warrant in front of you. If they don't have it, they don't have a warrant, and that's why they're not putting it in front of you. And that's why they have these two people standing there trying to testify in the moment. You can't do that. This is not court. You have a way to operate the court system, and if that's the way you're operating, you would already be here with the warrant. Those two ladies wouldn't be here. You'd be here to acquire those things mentioned in the warrant and in the place they were mentioned in. No other way. The next one, by a lawyer, another cop posing his high school C's across the board as intellect against somebody that actually knows the law and has him stumbling.
That means you get charged with a felony? You get charged
there's
with a
no
felony.
How?
Oh.
What felony? Can you recite what code that is? I'm a lawyer, sir.
Are you?
Yeah. An attorney. So
all right.
I understand. I'm a lawyer, sir.
Are you?
Yeah. That is. I'm a lawyer, sir.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm a lawyer, sir.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's the best he could come up with. He couldn't answer the actual question of what code are you referring to that states it would be a felony, whatever you're accusing me of.
They're just hoping the school created some fish that would bite.
Yeah.
An attorney. So
all right.
I understand what's legal, what's permissible, and what's not. And if there is, an issue with Ms. P.I.G.S.C.U.N.T.S, she can handle that the proper means through documented paperwork.
And notice he goes to his device. He's trying to listen. Yeah, he's trying to. He's trying to listen to this guy, but he's got to go to his device now because now he's got to try to look up a code that would fulfill the relevant accusation he's making against these people. Now he's got to try to look something up.
I have a physical bench warrant for her arrest.
Okay, I don't see it.
It's
a physical bench warrant for her arrest. I don't see it. Guess what he says next? It's in my car. Guess what? Why don't you turn your slappy ass back around, go to your car, get it, and show it to me so I know. Because otherwise, you're just fucking lying to me.
It's in my car.
Okay. And I've asked you to go off of the property.
What's happening?
Would you bring it so I can see it?
I'm not trying. I'm not.
Would you bring it so I can see it? Due process. That's all she's asking for is due process. You said it's in your car. Turn your slappy ass around, go get it, and present it so I can see it.
Respecting you is this. I'm not being difficult, sir. I'm not
So
trying to
now
be
I'm going to
difficult.
call
I'm
the
just-
judge, and I'm going to explain to the judge what you're trying to do.
Yeah. What you're trying to do is you still haven't shown that bench warrant that you say is in your car. And the only reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because you haven't done what you're supposed to do under an obligation by law.
All I'm doing is standing on my rights, sir. I haven't broken any laws or codes or statutes.
Look at him, still on his phone, still going to his phone here, still not turning his slappy ass around and going getting the warrant, which would solve everything.
Got to rack up that time.
Yeah. Got to be there misusing community funds by playing some manipulation, intimidation games on paperwork that he doesn't have.
I mean, you got to question who's putting these guys in there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the DEI, obviously, but see, this is DEI that's been going for a lot longer than DEI. Again, because they've got C's across the board in high school, and they've developed in their feelers under mama's boys.
Yeah.
All the destroyed families and all these kids being raised by mamas. Because daddy's not the proper role. It's mom's role to raise these kids on welfare because it's for women and children, not men and children.
Defensive thrills. That's cool.
Nah.
But
baiting you to do what?
That's your opinion. He's an opinion enforcer. I don't know. I don't know.
You think we're baiting you, but you don't know what?
You're kind of like those guys that do the open carry, right? They know how to push it to the very edge.
You mean to the right, six, as the rights to the line?
No, to the edge of unlawful. And they don't really care that they create fear amongst other people. And so the cops get called when those people are experiencing fear.
Create fear amongst other people. So the cops get called when they experience fear. Well, that sounds like a them problem. Because fear is not in the law. It has to have actual substance. It has to be violative substantially, not presumably.
But you just have to, what I'm saying is that
No, we
you're
don't.
going to get to the line, and then
We don't have to do anything.
And then we're going to arrest you. So that's
You're not going to do anything because you have no power. You're impotent.
Okay.
I'm your boss.
I
recognize.
doubt that.
You doubt I'm your boss? Who do you think you're talking to?
I think I'm talking. Don't walk up on me.
You're talking to a law-abiding citizen. Don't walk up on you?
That's correct.
I'm standing about 4 feet from you.
Right. And
listen to what he uses here. This is their excuse for officer safety, and this is how they bring in Pennsylvania versus Mims for officer safety. The guy said he's 4 foot away. Okay. Remember, First Amendment auditors, they started out with 8 foot. Now it's something like 20 foot.
according to what's called the Tooler drill.
The Tula drill. And this is for people that are armed. Even if they've got a knife.
A person can transit about 21 feet before I can take defensive drills.
Before I can take defensive action. No. Before you can take a certain defensive action, such as drawing your pistol and firing. There are many other defensive actions you can take against a man that's got a knife and coming at you in 21 feet. Okay? You can pull and dispel your pepper spray. You can pull and use your baton. You oftentimes even have a dog. All you have to do is open the door of your car to let out. Let's start getting real about this shit.
What you can't do, sir, is deploy any of that without any crime.
Correct.
Sit your ass down.
But again, if somebody's charging at them, then they have every defensive mechanism at their will because they're being confronted in a physical fashion, even if words aren't said. So beware of that. Now, the next one, we got another dummy. You know, these people are C's across the board.
I'm sitting on a public street. You don't have the right to just pull up on me and say, hey, I need your ID because someone called. It doesn't work like that.
Came here because
Someone called and they fear. So let's go check the guy out and demand his ID. It's a pattern of practice simply because people call 911 or even the non-emergency number, but they make calls based on their fears, their delusional fears.
That's exactly what you did.
the vehicle code.
Am I under arrest?
Huh? You're not. You may be, and we'll have.
Under the vehicle code. No, you're not here on a vehicle traffic violation. You're here on a call because somebody feared somebody sitting on side of the road doing something they shouldn't be doing. Has nothing to do with the vehicle code.
So are you threatening me with arrest?
Am I threatening you? No, I'm not threatening you.
The Upper Chichester Township Police Department responded to a call regarding a quote-unquote suspicious vehicle parked on the side of a public street in Upper Chichester, Pennsylvania.
Parked on the side of the street where it's fully regulated that he can park. They've made no issue about him parking in that specific spot. So there is regulated parking there, and yet it's suspicious.
The interaction that followed was recorded by the driver of the vehicle.
Unless you have reasonable suspicion of a crime,
Okay. Well,
I don't have to provide any ID, sir.
You don't need to commit a crime
Yes,
for
you
us
do.
to ask you to
Yes,
provide
you
ID,
do.
sir.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need.
Most certainly you do. You need reasonable articulable suspicion in states that are not stop and ID. And even in states that are stop and ID, I'm sorry, I can't comply because I don't have ID. And if you want identification and I give you the information I give you and you transfer it and convert it to your form, that would be you. That would be your liability.
RAS. Without RAS, there's no probable cause. You pull up here because someone called and say, hey, I need your identification. Doesn't work like that. I'm not providing it. I didn't do anything wrong. You're not going to force me to identify.
You didn't do anything wrong,
But
sir.
An investigation to see if I did anything
The
wrong.
first step of my investigation is requiring you to provide
I'm not
identification.
providing any ID. I did nothing wrong. I'm sitting on a public street. You don't have the right to just pull up on me and say, hey, I need your ID because someone called.
You to provide
I'm not
identification.
providing any ID. I did nothing wrong. I'm sitting on a public street. You don't force me to identify.
Didn't do anything wrong,
But
sir.
do an investigation to see if I did anything
The
wrong.
first step of my investigation is requiring you to provide
I'm not providing.
wrong,
But
sir.
do an investigation to see if I did anything
The
wrong.
first step of my investigation is requiring you to provide
I'm not.
wrong,
But
sir.
do an investigation to see if I did anything
The
wrong.
first step of my investigation is requiring you to provide
I'm not.
I lag out. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. You still here?
Oops.
Oh,
My apologies. Okay, what did you think on that last one, Russ?
I didn't. That one. It's another. I gotta have better names for these guys. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. It's pure ignorance to me.
Well, I kind of think this guy, you know, sees across the board. I'm willing to bet he got a few D's in there as well.
I know if I had to depend on those actions and those practices to feed my family, they'd starve to death.
Yep. And this one here, don't ever be afraid on my platform to say certain words that they try to censor, like COVID and murder and kill and pedophilia and predator and all this shit. And this guy here was killed simply because he didn't understand and know his rights well enough. And am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy here, because he didn't understand and know his rights well enough, he opened the front door. And again, without a warrant, So pay attention.
What can we learn from all of this? The most important thing is that this should never happen to anyone watching this video again, because you now know your rights. And I feel terrible for the doctor here. He may have made some bad mistakes. There's some things that should have gone differently on his end. But what's most important is if he had known his rights, number one, never answer the front door unless you know that that officer behind that door has an actual valid warrant. But what's most important is if he had known his rights, number one, never answer the front door unless you know that that officer behind that door has an actual valid warrant. But what's most important is if he had known his rights, number one, never answer the front door unless you know that that officer behind that door has an actual valid warrant. You have no duty whatsoever to ever answer the door when the police come to your front door. And we just saw a classic example of how it can cost you dearly, sometimes your life, if you open that door. So what do you say if you really want to respond to the officers on the other side? Well, number one, let me make sure you keep your door closed the entire time. You can talk through the door, and you don't want to open it at all because the officers may just find a way to get their way inside like they did here. And you want to tell the officer, officer, I do not consent to the entry into my home or a search of my home. And I will not let you in and will not answer any questions unless you can prove to me that you have a valid warrant. If the officer says he doesn't have a warrant or he doesn't answer you, you can demand that they leave your property. Of course, this sort of goes without saying here, but record everything. Your doorbell camera, record it with your phone, even if it's through a window. Do everything you want, or he doesn't answer you, you can demand that they leave your property. Of course, this sort of goes without saying here, but record everything. Your doorbell camera, record it with your phone, even if it's through a window. Do everything you can to make sure you're able to not just have the officer's word against your word. You have objective evidence to establish you are in the right property. Of course, this sort of goes without saying here, but record everything. Your doorbell camera, record it with your phone, even if it's through a window. Do everything you can to make sure you're able to not just have the officer's word against your word. You have objective evidence to establish you are in the right. Second, if the cops go just off the rails here like they did in this situation, Dr. Landis, I think, panicked. I don't know if this was an intentional move on his part. Maybe it was a divorce situation that was going sideways, but him having the gun is what cost him his life at the end of the day. Now, he might have been beat up pretty badly. It could have still been a very serious Fourth Amendment violation and a civil rights claim here potentially. But the moment he had a weapon and he did anything that appeared to be resistance, it turned into a life or death situation. So even when cops are in the wrong in this situation, please be careful. Do not resist, because it could cost you everything.
And I'm going to say that it's already costing you everything. And that is the most important reason why you should arm yourself, why you should stand up to the corruption. Because if we continue bowing down and letting it happen, it will just merge more and more. And it will be a purge. They will purge those that are bowing. Again, this is not legal advice. The next one, some results. And this again is just supporting even more so the reason that we need to start standing up against these corrupt cops.
It is lawful advice, though, isn't it?
It's just emotional output from my firsthand experience. That's why you get this language and rhetoric that you do on this show, because I don't hold it back. Fuck the police.
Let it out.
If you're gonna act like this, fuck the police. Now, if you want to act like a real steward and treat the people that pay your sustenance, that are willing to let you patrol their streets, then you damn well better uphold that duty to the utmost.
We're looking at both state and federal charges. They've been charged with counts for each woman whose rights have been violated of depriving them of their rights under color of the law. So I can tell you, give me your phone, and you can say, no, that's ridiculous. But if I'm an officer, I'm using my authority. I'm using my power to say—
An intimidation factor.
Yes, either intimidation or help you. Like I'm in a position to either make you comply or you want to let me help you.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it so extra interesting and what makes these federal charges. Also, they each got a count of trying to get rid of the evidence. So they both tried to wipe their phones.
And that's all the more important reason why we should listen to the last one, where it's record, record, record. That's an objective view. It takes no one's words and opinions.
The FBI doesn't like that. Don't do that. Don't destroy evidence. I mean, don't commit the crime either.
Destroy evidence. Yeah.
Don't commit gross crimes, but also don't destroy evidence.
And that's the first thing they'll do when they get caught. Even if they get thrown under the bus, they start trying to destroy evidence. It really is the obligation of the people to hold government liable and transparent. And when the record is in error, it must be brought forth. Don't let them hide it. The next one is the epitome of the protection of these insane people. The epitome of protecting insane people.
I'm here to tell you about God's love. God loves. Hey, can you please back off? Nope. What you're doing is illegal right now.
If you were to do that to him, he would call the police on you for sexual assault, and they would arrest you.
Hey, take your hands off me, bro.
Rather quickly.
To walk you off. Well, look, I can be here just like you can be here. What you're doing is illegal. We can have a normal conversation.
And look at his friends trying to surround him and cover everything up from camera. Because if something does happen, then it's not caught on camera, right? These insane, delusional motherfuckers doing this shit are the ones that don't want you to have cameras.
Normal conversation.
You're not having a normal conversation.
You're not having a normal conversation because we don't want to involve ourselves in your insane delusion. Let's get real, folks.
Where's dignity and respect at anymore, man?
Gen X. I'm here to tell you about God's love. We can have a normal conversation.
You're not having a normal conversation.
What are you talking about?
To us. Get the out of here, man.
How am I being?
You're being an asshole to us. Expressing his freedom of speech, letting them know what the scripture says, and that's being an asshole.
Get the out of here.
God bless you, bro.
While I was talking to this person, the guy with the eye patch that threatened me earlier approached our cameraman John and started pushing him.
That's assault. Don't touch me. You're going to push me. That's assault. You're going to yes. Okay. You want to say that on camera? Come on, get up. You're not welcome here. He just threatened to shoot me.
No, he didn't.
It's on camera.
On camera, threatened to shoot him. And his buddies want to sit there and say, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. See, and that's what they're going to do when they get on the stand. See, it's the same thing. If you don't see back the blue until it happens to you, it's the same thing. They're going to sit there and lie and lie and lie and lie.
What do you mean? Get out of here. I'm here to tell you about.
Shameful. This is what society has been conditioned to not only put up with the lies, but to foment them lies themselves. And when they foment, they spend their entire lives fomenting those lies, believing in those lies. They are the lie. And then they expect others to listen to their lie. And if they don't, that hurts them. If they speak anything of the truth, that hurts them. And therefore, the other people are the ones that are doing something wrong. Their lies aren't wrong because they believed them all their life. Pathetic.
It is.
And these are confrontations that people are slowly going to be waking up to, because it's not just against the police. It's against these kind of people that believe that the law is to protect their feelers. So when we have these road rage incidences, this one here is a particular funny one, not because it's between two women, but check this out.
This is crazy. Get out. I will get out. Ooh, you want to fight?
This girl stands about a foot below the height of the car, and this gal is standing probably a foot above. You're gonna keep fucking around and finding out, people. You're gonna keep fucking around finding out. See, the guy in the last one rubbing up against that guy. Somebody come rubbing up on me like that.
Wouldn't go well.
Yeah, it's not going well. I'm not that peaceful. No.
First of all, you probably ain't going to get in a space close enough to rub up on me.
Yep. So we have to pay attention, folks. Keep running your mouth. Keep fucking around finding out.
Girl, you big ass. What are you even tripping for about something that didn't hit your car? Go. You need to be more mindful.
She's the one that's tripping. She's the one that got out of her car and acted all tough.
Right.
So you need to think about what you're doing. Go, big ass bitch.
You big ass bitch. What? You expect everybody smaller than you and you're the big ass bitch? Jesus Christ, the delusion of these people. Good.
And the world's full of it.
Every day, brother. Every day. Every day.
I mean, it's
It
like
amazes
me. You know, I'm starting to question shutting them asylums down myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
I mentioned that the other day. You know, when they shut the asylums down, all of a sudden the prison populations went up, and they said, yeah, because the crimes went up. No, it's because you started arresting mental patients for committing crimes because they had nowhere to live because you knocked them out of the asylums and they were left to their own means with no fucking public help of any kind. No program set up for it, nothing. What do you expect them to do?
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, we got another one, a reason for knowing your rights, as they try to infringe and push the border of unlawfulness and their illegalities by infringing upon your curtilage.
Everybody has a Ring doorbell camera.
There are 10 security cameras mounted outside of Dan Miles's Hamilton home. He says they've been a valuable tool for crime fighting.
I've actually participated in evidence sharing of 3 homicides on these cameras, over 40 break-and-enters, multiple home invasions.
The cameras, Miles says, haven't prevented crime in the neighborhood, but they've helped with investigations.
I've given up over 40 videos to the Hamilton Police Services themselves, who have come here in person and asked me for them.
Including this one, shared also with Global News, multiple angles of an alleged serial killer.
Sabrina Kuldar was behind that fence right there, where that sign is on the corner of it.
And shots of a 77-year-old man just before his death. So it came as a surprise when the city of Hamilton asked Miles to remove all of his cameras, citing this fortification bylaw, which prohibits homeowners from viewing or listening beyond the perimeters of their property.
Well,
what? Beyond, yep. Yep, beyond the perimeters of their property.
Damn, son. They're closing the corners in. Holy, the corners are coming.
Putting up invisible walls, folks. See, you have the right to see as far as the eye can, right? You have the right to record as far as that video camera can record. That's very clearly expressed in the case laws. And now this little community thinks they have more power, that they can just start violating people's rights by writing it into their local legislation.
Well, hell, it looked like, it sounded like it. Those being there done a lot more than they do.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to take it down. What?
40 different times they've come to get video footage from him. 40 times. Unlike the one we saw a few shows back where the people ran into that lady in a laundromat, and the police said, "Oh well," and they just dropped it a couple months later, and it took the family to go around getting the footage and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
These guys are actively seeking out the footage from this one guy because they know he's got all these security cameras, and it would help them. Now, what's the issue that all of a sudden now they don't want those cameras up? That's what I want to know. That's what's not said here.
I wonder what would happen if everybody turned their Ring doorbells in a direction and started filming their whole cities and towns. And
well, that's what I've been saying. You got this nice device in your hand, a phone, and I've actually got three of them. I've actually got three of them. One of them I actually turn on the phone services once in a while, and the others I use everything as devices for clocks, alarms, notepads, taking pictures and videos, and then I can dump them onto my laptop, and then through my laptop I can send it to my external hard drive. You know, things like that. They're all just activating devices. It's not a communication tool for me. So
when you hear of a crime in that area, maybe there ought to be a channel when there's a crime in that area that all the residents, or the people, as I would say, but the residents would upload their footage of their shots.
Well, yeah, do a neighborhood watch lookout. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is what's going on. Anybody in this area, please do some footage. You know, do some recording if you've got the time. And this is what we're looking for.
Time frame.
Yeah.
Home in your cars and all that kind of stuff, or they're killing people. It's a good thing to have it on video so you can at least go after them in somehow.
At nearly every press conference, police make a point of asking the public for help, specifically requesting dash cam or home surveillance images. Well, here in Hamilton, police tell us.
See, they do that after the fact. And if they get a call for something, if they put the issue out to the public notice, neighborhood watch program, hey, anybody interested in shooting footage, if you've got time, this is what we're looking for in this area, blah, blah, blah. And those that are interested are most certainly going to start turning their cameras on, and you're going to have a better chance of getting that footage. But that's the last thing they want, folks.
They rely on CCTV images from residential and commercial buildings in order to solve crimes.
Like this video showing the moments before a fatal crash that led to a dangerous driving conviction.
The crash investigator actually just messaged me, emailed me, and said, without your video, we would have had nothing. Thank you so much.
Miles appealed the order from the city, then Monday morning received word he may be exempt after all, provided he can get a letter from his landlord, letters from his neighbors, screenshots from cameras.
Some sort of proof of police or criminal activity in my neighborhood. Now, I don't know how else to provide any.
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Proof of police or criminal activity. 40 instances where they got footage from him, several of which helped solve crimes and gave them footage that they would never had to be able to prosecute to begin with. Jesus H. Christ is exactly right.
Evidence of criminal activity other than videos of 3 homicides.
As for the City of Toronto, well, there is no bylaw that exists similar to the one here in Hamilton, simply best practices to follow, things like
bylaws.
Well, that had to
What
be the mayor and them that created all that shit, wouldn't it?
Well, listen to what she says.
That exists similar to the one here in Toronto. Well, there is no bylaw that exists similar to the one here in Hamilton. There is no bylaw that exists similar to the one here in Hamilton, simply best practices to follow, things like, of course, taking into account the privacy of your neighbors when putting.
Yes, best practices to follow. You know, like working with the community in situations like this, rather than trying to intimidate them and threaten them with your almighty power of authority that you don't have. Jesus Christ.
Up surveillance cameras at your home. Back to you.
It's amazing shit. And if we don't learn how to stand up, these next kind of events are what's going to continue to happen as they push their bounds of unlawful and illegal activities against the people, because we don't push at the bounds of our freedoms, our liberties, and rights by knowing them and enforcing them ourselves.
Where it belongs. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Amanda Breland.
Okay. Amanda Breland, Corpus Christi. So for the record, I am not a paid organizer. I do this for the love of the game. I do this for the people who do not have the time, energy, or privilege to be here. I do this because as a lifelong citizen of this area, I cannot stay silent when it comes to an issue as big as this one. I do this because I'm so sick of this area being sacrificed to the highest bidder. I may not have the numbers or the science as others do, but I do have enough of a conscience and deep love for my community, its people, and the environment to know that allowing this desalination plant to be built would have a devastating effect. As confirmed in previous city council meetings, we are not going to run out of water. So what is the goddamn point of this whole thing anyway? That is the rhetorical.
I'm sorry.
Oops. What is the goddamn point? And this mayor got in her feelers. This is not how government is supposed to run. This is how Hitler's willing executioners play the game.
There's no profanity, so that your time ends now. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Wait, yeah, she's right. Your profanity just. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, there is no profanity, and we explain that.
No profanity, which again is a violation of the First Amendment's rights. Fuck you.
Special place for those types of people.
Yep.
Ladies
and it might just be the short bus.
No. All right. Yeah. Yes.
Bullshit. I'm not resisting. I'm standing here. It's not my fault. I was fucking incompetent.
Okay. Can I please get everyone's attention? Can I please have everyone's attention? This is so needless. There is no reason that anyone that should happen, not once but twice, none. If your plan is to come up and attack or to break decorum and to use profanity, you might as well just leave now, because this is a place of business. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't matter.
And I've heard in many business meetings, fuck you. God damn it. For crying out loud, this is fucking bullshit. I've heard it all. So don't play your fucking almighty high games about decorum, you fucking bitch. Excuse
It's
my
lead by the rule, people, not rule the lead.
So it's just, they want to play these fucking games, and it's time for people to stand up, say, no, you don't belong in that seat. We're replacing you. Understand your power. That has much more emphasis than liberty, freedoms, and rights. Is your power.
You all have a right to be here. You all have a right to your 3 minutes, but you got to do it the right way. We have to respect one another. This is really sad. It really, really makes me sad because it doesn't. Again,
Yeah, and so you go so far. This is like excessive force. So she says, God damn it, once, and all of a sudden you cut her off. I'm pretty sure that she was going to make the rest of her time without having to do too much goddamn motherfucking cussing and swearing, you stupid fucking cunt. Get my point? She sounded like she was speaking reasonable and logical, and that in her passion, she was expressing her passion by using the goddamn it part.
again, we deserve to listen to everyone, but not through profanity.
And that's your problem. See, you assert in that First Amendment freedom of speech that everybody has to hear you express yourself. And everybody has a right to know, as you just acknowledged, but you're going to cut off the one that's passionate and needs to be heard. Because, God damn it, your feelers are more important, right, you stupid bitch? See, this is what I get sick of.
Not through disrespect. No one teaches that.
It wasn't disrespect towards anybody.
Is it respectful to steal the community's checkbook?
Exactly. And that's what she's talking about,
fuck.
the desalination plant that was going to ruin the community.
So please, let's move forward. I'm asking you, just come and make your public comment. Be heard. That's what you're here for. It's 6:35. We have hours on. This can't keep happening. And it's up to you.
Yes, it can keep happening. That's what your fucking job is. If you didn't want that job, you shouldn't have taken it. It demands time. The time to listen to the people in all they have to say and not say, well, this is business. We have to shut down. We're past business hours. See, it's much more than business. It's much more than respect. It's much more than passion. It's the unity we have to come into to make sure that what happens for the best of the community is actually the best for the community and not the board sitting in front of the community as if though they have a higher place in society. You don't. You're only put there because of the people.
So we're going to move forward. And I'm asking, again, just make your public comment. The passion is appreciated. But at the end of the day, you're here to be heard. And that's all we want to do.
And that's all we want to do. Bullshit.
Your Honor, the city of Longwood.
Bullshit. Because if you'd have wanted to hear them, you'd have let them hear her. So here's a perfect example on the way out. This is a 19-minute video, so we're going to be stopping here and there. Feel free to stop me anytime, Russ. You got anything on that last one?
Yeah, no. Same old thing, right?
Yep. And I can just hope people are paying attention. This is the kind of corruption we're talking about.
Florida demands a full refund that we dumped into Sergeant Stephen Bryant, badge number 605, because we clearly didn't get what we paid for. It says right here we shelled out a whole bunch of taxpayer simoleons for de-escalation training. I ain't seen no evidence of that. And does that man have boobs? Anyway, roll Exhibit A for the judge.
Step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle for me. You gotta step out of the vehicle, or I'm gonna go ahead and bust this window and pull you out of the vehicle. You step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle for me. I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Okay. Well, I don't know why. You go ahead and step out of the vehicle, or you're gonna go to jail. So you go ahead and step out of the vehicle. I'm gonna pull you out of the vehicle. You got one more opportunity to step out of the vehicle. I'm gonna shatter your window and I'm gonna pull you out. So you can either step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle now.
Excuse me, can I get a second?
Step out of the vehicle now. I'm about to shatter your window, ma'am.
Well, I feel
Okay.
shaken right now.
Well, I don't know why.
Yeah, Sarge, nobody has any idea why this woman would feel shaken right now. I mean, it wouldn't have anything at all to do with a raving costumed maniac standing outside of her car acting all crazy, would it?
Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle.
Yep, that's probably it. It's March 5th, 2023, and one of our thin blue line heroes, Sergeant Stephen Bryant, is diligently about the business of protecting and serving the good folks of Longwood, Florida.
Christ, bro. Pull off the roadway, not in the middle of the road. Pull out of the roadway, not in the middle of the road. Go on, Sergeant Brian Long, please park. Let the window down for me, please.
It's down.
You have your license, registration, proof of insurance.
There you go.
You have your license, registration, proof of insurance.
I don't have that on me.
Why don't you have that on you?
Just go and my phone driver.
Okay.
Can you move your license?
I cannot. Unfortunately, it's a safety issue.
Unfortunately, it's a safety issue. The fuck it is. It's a coward issue. You fucking punk motherfucker.
All right, Ms. Clever, do me a favor. Step out of the vehicle for me.
No, I'm going to get you.
Okay, I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle for
No,
me.
thank you.
Okay, we don't have that option. Okay.
Yes, I do.
You do not.
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
if I'm
I'm
asking
not going to step out. Why did you pull me over?
Therefore, only start me another unit. I'm going to ask you one more time, okay?
Sir, why did you
You got to step out of the vehicle, or I'm going to go ahead and bust the window and pull you out of the vehicle.
For what?
Okay, I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle.
This right here, mental illness is real, and this right here proves it.
Yeah. These
It's
people,
real, folks.
I'll
anybody
agree.
capable. Anybody capable to do to another individual for $1.
Yeah.
What this man's about to do and terrorize and traumatize this young lady, and that's what you want for your children's futures. This mental illness is real.
I need to get my insurance.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to ask you one more time.
No, sir.
Step out of the vehicle for me.
Stay where I was.
Nope.
Which was at C.O.W.A.R.D.S in front of my father's house.
Okay, do me a favor. Step out of the vehicle
No,
for me.
sir. I don't see why.
But I'm telling you to.
I feel comfortable in my car.
Okay, well, I'm not asking you anymore.
I'm getting my
I'm telling you to
insurance.
step out of
If
the
you could
vehicle.
please call another sergeant for me, please.
I am the sergeant on duty, so you can either step.
And so he's asking her to step out of the vehicle pursuant to Pennsylvania versus Mims, officer safety, because somehow he's afraid of a little girl in a car.
You notice how he seems to be talking 100 miles a minute.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to throw down his rhetoric. He's done this a long time.
Well,
to
look at
many
the
people.
intimidation to a young lady. That's what I mean. Just immediately drilling.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
This
crazy, man.
This is nothing to do with officer safety. This is to do with his fucking mental condition, saying that he's using officer safety to assert authority he doesn't have, because he knows that's the only way he can get this woman out of the car. And as long as she is intimidated enough and doesn't know enough, he won't get thrown under the bus. And if he does, he's still going to get a job somewhere else doing the exact same thing.
But here's the sad reality in that. As I just said, I believe this to be a mental illness. We have to question who's putting these guys in there.
That's where I'm getting to. I've got a
All right. I'll keep quiet.
Yeah, well, I've got a video I want to do as a follow-up. I hope I can get to it tomorrow. If not, it'll be Friday, on a guy named Paul Skolnick. And it's an atrocious situation, and I hope to wake people up to how systemic this stuff really is.
Yeah.
About the vehicle. If you call 911, you're going to go to jail for misuse of 911.
For what? You just
I'm
pulled
telling
me
you,
over.
if you call 911, you're
I
going to go
don't
to jail.
feel comfortable. I feel
Okay.
shaken right now.
Well, I don't know why.
Because you're asking me to pull over. You said you were going to break
Absolutely.
my window.
Yes, because I'm
and
telling you
you're
to step
not
out of the
telling me
vehicle.
why.
I don't need to tell you
over.
why. I'm
That's
telling
a
you to
part
step
of
out.
your duty.
And he's still not told her why he's pulled her over. And he most certainly does have a duty to tell her why. Again, a form of communication as part of the due process.
That's almost suspect right there when he threatened her with misuse of 911. It's as if my spider senses say that he wasn't even on a call right then.
Huh.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
So you can go ahead and step out of the vehicle, or you're going to go to jail.
This on camera.
I 100% do. So
All of it.
So you can go ahead and step out of the vehicle, or I'm going to pull you out of the vehicle.
Let me call you CPR.
Okay. You got one more opportunity to step out of the vehicle. I'm going to shatter your window, and I'm going to pull you out. I'm telling you what's going to happen. So you can either step out of the vehicle.
All right, I'm getting out of the car.
Step out of the vehicle now.
Excuse me, can I get a second?
Step out of the vehicle now. Cool. Nope, I'm told you, you've got that option. You're going to jail. I'm telling you now. That's what I got when refusing to open the window. Maybe you can step it up.
I got one refusing to open the window and step out. So what law is she breaking?
Therefore, Cosby doesn't get close. I'm about to shatter your window, ma'am. Step out of the vehicle. Now.
Can I step out of the vehicle? Can you let me step out of the vehicle?
Get out of the vehicle. Pepper spray deployed. Step out of the vehicle now. Step out of the vehicle. Do it now. Do it now.
Now notice, this is on body cam. The series of events that just happened is on body cam.
Step out of the vehicle.
Breaks window, opens door, reaches in and grabs her.
Now.
Can I step out of the vehicle? Can you let me step out of the vehicle?
Get out of the vehicle.
Now pepper sprays.
Pepper spray deployed. Step out of the vehicle now. Step out of the vehicle. Do it now. Do it now.
She goes to get a drink of water. He slaps it out of her hand.
Can you let me step out of the vehicle?
Get out of the vehicle. Pepper spray deployed. Step out of the vehicle now. Step out of the vehicle. Do it now. Do it now. Get out of the vehicle. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
Put your hands behind your back.
Stop your hand.
You're gonna get tased.
You understand?
This is fucking dumb. All for money. I mean, all for money.
You understand?
You hear? All for money. All for money. This is dumb. All for money. She's absolutely correct. These people are all doing this for a paycheck.
How you know, I'm about to ask a serious question here because I don't like what I just witnessed right there. But how do you give this man a fair trial? He's already convicted himself.
That's how you give him a fair trial.
Exactly.
You hold himself accountable. You make him hold himself accountable. Nobody else did this but you. This is what you did. You knew exactly what you were doing when you did it, and then you lied about
for
it.
You, boy.
Yeah, watch what happens here when he starts the lying, and everybody else steps in and carries with that lie. This is what I'm talking about, people. We have to stop this bullshit.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Stand up.
Get my glasses. We'll get it in a minute. I'm gonna die in your handcuffs.
It's not bad enough that Officer Bryant has physically attacked a member of the community.
And notice none of them have gloves.
The Sarge is now spraying his bodily fluids all over the place after having inadvertently sprayed himself while attacking a member of the community.
And that's exactly what he did. Brian described it very well. While attacking a member of the community.
Now you're going to jail for resisting, obstruction.
On here.
No, not worried about the glasses.
I am.
I don't care.
I don't care about anything for yourself. You got to go with that one.
You can keep another unit coming out. Yeah, that team out as well. Have a seat. Yeah.
Now he's laughing.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Why? My ass, when I bust the window, it went through it. Huh? Because she pulled back and kicked me? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because she pulled back and kicked him. Why did you spray her? Because she pulled back and kicked him. Listen up. Listen up. That's what he says here.
Where'd my cap go?
So the good sergeant just lied twice. He said he sprayed her because she pulled back and kicked him.
Huh? Because she pulled back and kicked me?
Let's see if that's true.
Now!
Can I step out of the vehicle? Can you let me step out of the vehicle?
Get out of the vehicle.
Nope, no kick that provoked the spray. When he was asked if she threw her drink on him, he said, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's true.
Pepper spray deploy. Step out of the vehicle now. Step out of the vehicle. Do it now. Do it now. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle.
Nope, that's a lie too. And he'll lie about both of these things again and again.
Oh, there it is.
So the one cop is already convinced that she kicked him and threw her water at him.
Yeah, leave out of my face.
It took her to back him up. Takes two to tango, folks.
Oh yeah, and they're it's just
takes two to tango.
It's just amazing how they will all step up and automatically support what he says as true and verifiable, even though they weren't there. And most of the times it's going to be somebody else writing the report, and then he'll sign it.
Now she just disgraced her bloodline.
Did the person throw the grenade?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it said. She pulled back, she kicked back, and then that's why I said, all right, cool.
How you do your last night again?
You know?
Because you ain't working tomorrow. This is how you do. Are you okay?
That's just from the window. When I hit it, my ass went straight through it.
I know that they're bleeding too. What you done for?
High beam on? Yeah.
High beam gone. A fix-it ticket.
All that giggling and shit going on. I wonder if that man's under some kind of substance.
Yeah, and notice it's high beam gone.
My whole, I hit it. My whole hand went through it.
High beam gone. It's a fix-it ticket. It is not a traffic violation.
Duly noted. You have your high beams on.
Well, many years. Been doing it a long time.
If you don't comply instantly, you could be attacked by the Longwood, Florida Police Department.
Yeah, well, my ass went through the window. I'm sure none of it like glass shards. Then she kicked me, and I'm telling her, I'm bust the window. I bust it and I pull the door open. And she kicks me and I go to pull her. She threw a drink at me all in my face.
Got a boo.
So I sprayed her. Huh?
Say that again.
I said, old pussy boy got a boo-boo.
Yeah.
And the sergeant's not done yet. He just keeps on lying. And the man boobs keep bothering me.
All right. So pepper spray makes him sneeze.
Yeah, just make him sneeze. Jesus.
So she wouldn't roll down the window.
She won't roll out the window. It's one of those ones she did this. I said, man, can you let down your window for me? No. All right, cool. I'm not going to argue with you. Go ahead and step out of the car for me. I don't need to step out of the car. I said, well, not asking you. You have to step out of the car. Gotcha. I don't want to step out of the car. I said, okay, well, you got to step out of the car. Or go ahead and I'm going to bust your window.
Yeah.
I'm calling 911. I said, if you call 911, you're going to jail for 911. All right. Well, I don't have to. I said, all right, open the window. She's left it up. And she's like doing one of those things. I said, all right, cool. So I take my ass and flash through the window. I use a glass breaker. It goes straight through the window. Oh, jeez. And goes in.
Where is it? You got it?
I grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
And then I go to pull her out. She leans back towards Kicks and throws her water. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. And I sprayed her. And then I get into what? And she's like doing one of those things. I said, all right, cool. So I take my ass and it flies through the window. I use a glass breaker. It goes straight through the window. And goes in.
Where is it? You got it?
I grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
And then I go to pull her out. She leans back towards Kicks and throws her water.
He keeps
And I said, all right,
sniffing
cool.
too. You
So I
hear
take
him?
my ass and it flies through the window. I use a glass breaker. It goes straight through the window. And goes in.
Where is it? You got it?
I grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
And then I go to pull her out. She leans back towards Kicks and throws her water. I'm like, all right.
She leans back, kicks, and throws her water. That is not how it happened. That is not even how he explained it to the girl earlier. All kinds of shit. This is insane. And this guy's listening to him tell it, and he's believing it. He wasn't there. In his mind, it's true. He's the one willing to accept those little lies and place stock of truth in them and believe that he's working with a good officer. This is pathetic. This is why we don't do this.
Done with this. I sprayed her. And then
And he's sniffing because he got a shot of that pepper spray himself.
Oh.
Get into what?
I don't know if she was eating something or she must have tasted something.
Oh, I have to look at these coming. All right. Then I pulled her out and hey, you get her. I got to do it to the ground.
So, resisting with violence, battery, and then whatever else we can.
Yeah, whatever else we can take away.
Yeah, whatever else we can destroy her life with. I mean, high beams, that's a capital or otherwise infamous crime, right? Once again, like we've seen so many times before, not one good cop arrives on the scene.
Yeah, I've got to clear it off. I just said, hey, that's crazy.
Let's get
yeah.
pictures of the window, pictures of him. We'll get pictures of her when it comes out. And, you want so-card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the comment. Give me a second. Just so you're aware, you're going to jail for resisting with violence, obstruction. No, I'm not giving you glasses right now. Okay, well, we'll take it up to the hospital. You got pepper spray anyway, so you go up there and get medical clear. Okay, so okay, we'll get him in a second. I'm telling you what you're going to jail for. Okay. All you had to do was simply step out of the vehicle. I don't need to tell you why it's so who drove. Okay, so that's what you're going to jail for. All you had to do was simply step out of the vehicle.
And she's right. She's sitting there saying, "No, you were supposed to tell me what you pulled me over for. You never did." And she's absolutely right. So again, failure of due process because this guy fails to communicate in truth, and he obviously is another one of those. Probably got some D's in with those C's across the board. This guy doesn't excel at any kind of intellectual, logical thinking, none whatsoever. People in government servitude can't understand normal thinking standards.
That's the bad thing. That mental illness seems to run rampant in those agencies.
Yep.
I think you would have been underway, okay?
And for all you thin blue linebackers out there crossing your fingers and wishful thinking, you probably thought Lion Bryant was done telling his tall tale. Well, you would be wrong.
Driver to high beams, and she did one of those. Also, I said, let your window down so I can get your ID. Nah. I said, all right, but step out of the car for me. Nah. I said, all right. I said, look, you got to step out, or I'm going to pull you out. One way. You're either coming out of the vehicle one way or another.
See, she was complying. She gave him everything she had. She just said her other stuff was at home or something.
No, I'm going to call 911. I said, if you call 911, you're really going to go to jail at that point in time. No. She lets the window all the way up. I said, okay. So my unit comes, I shatter the window, but my ass slides through the windshield with it, or through the side window with it. And then she goes to like try to lock it again, and I pull it open, and I pull it. She kicks me, throws back, throw the water in my face. I said, all right, I'm spraying. I'm done with this. Spray her, then I threw out the car onto the ground there. So she would have just got probably a verbal warning for her.
So evidently she kicked him and threw the water at him before he even sprayed her. See the difference? Evidently.
I mean, I'm kind of curious as why would he think that his body, there wouldn't nobody see his body cam?
Because he's stupid.
I mean, you can't, fuck, duct tape can't fix this, man.
Nope.
I mean, it's on her way, but it's the route you choose is what happens, I guess. So,
I'm gonna do it the hard way, I guess.
You know.
And look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more officers minimum. 3 of them being, sergeants or investigative detectives or something of higher rank. They're not even in uniform. They're just wearing some kind of silly badges strapped across them, right? So, you know, the use of community funds to put forth the stories of these liars and devastate people's lives. This is what we've got to stop, folks.
Oh, make it harder than what it needs to be. And water all in my ear. Do you have anything of value in that?
Making it harder than what it needs to be. Bow down, lick my boots. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is bow down and lick my boots.
Give me your children's lunch money.
Should have just broken it. I wanted it. I had it. I was going to break it.
You actually took the time to take a look at it?
I said, let me do it this way.
It's not just Bryant who's violent. The female cop says she would have done it the same way, only more efficiently. This entire department has a problem from the top down.
So
that's what happened.
I went, and it's like it just flew out of my hands. Like, okay. As long as you have public calls to stop you, that's it.
Once he, do you hear him in the background talking to her? Once he has probable cause, he can contact you. Yeah, that's right. Once he has probable cause, he can contact you. A headlight out is not a traffic violation. It's a safety issue.
Her hair was kicking. I said, all right, that's it. I'm not dealing with this. Okay. Okay, she didn't want me to take her to the hospital. I'm not going to the jail for them to say, nope, go get medical clear. I haven't ran her yet, no. There was no explanation for her actions whatsoever.
Just, I don't got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
No explanation for her actions whatsoever.
Her actions?
Yeah, she was standing on her rights, and there's no explanation for that. You understand, folks? They do not want you standing on your rights. They do not want you knowing your rights. They do not want you to be able to enforce your rights. That destroys their authority. Learn how to stand up for yourself, folks. This is a must. Back to blue until it happens to you, and I guarantee you that's what's going to happen.
Back in car, I'm not taking it with me.
By people, if people standing around witnesses these types of things and you do nothing, that could be your children sitting there. That could be your children sitting there. Remember that.
Yeah, imagine if that's your daughter.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it with me.
Now Bryant calls his lieutenant to lie to him too, but he ends up muting his body cam. Because, you know, cockroaches just love hanging out in the darkness.
Hello? Yeah, give me a second. Let me get you on my phone. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, nothing. Just want to let you know we had to use the force. It on me. Pull the car over for high beams. She did one of the little barely crash the window slides the DL out. I said, man, can you let down your window so we can have a full conversation? And you can provide me your proof of registration and insurance. She goes, no, I don't want to. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to have a conversation this way. I said, can you go ahead?
Wrong. Again, she had her window rolled down far enough that she handed him certain documents that she did have.
You step out of the vehicle for me. She says no.
What I always think about is if these cops ended up getting dispatched off the earth during this domestic terror stop because their victim decided to use them as a, let's say, 2A receptacle as they defended themselves from this thin blue line attack, the city managers would be shutting down the streets for a lying scumbag like Sergeant Bryant, flying the flag at half staff, and mainstream media would be telling the world how Sergeant Bryant is a hero who died in the line of duty, just protecting his community.
Being a goof?
I'm just literally.
Absolutely. They would put him on a pedestal, man. This man doesn't deserve a pedestal.
You know, it's not a bad idea, Keith.
In my opinion,
they should have to upload all their body cam footage just to a certain someplace for the public to view.
Well, they do upload it, but it takes a public records information request to do it, to get them.
Yeah, it takes reasonable articulable suspicion to fuck with anybody too.
Right.
I mean, we're paying for it, aren't we?
Well, if you want to pay for it, that's what you get. I ain't paid taxes in 20 years, folks.
Warning, that's the worst. You want to kick me, throw your water at me, and whatever else. And you gonna do it? I don't care.
Not only are cops like Sergeant Bryant disgusting and dangerous, but everybody who supports the thin blue line myth of heroism need as much of a reality check as this guy needs a bra. Leave your thoughts about this for the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Crazy.
What do you think?
Pure insanity.
We have to stop it, folks, and we're the only ones that can do it. That's actually our job. We're the ones that are supposed to throw off a despotic government. You think a despotic government's going to do that itself?
Nope. Well, I've been playing around with the Supreme Court a little bit, the National Guards, and we'll see. I'm on to some things, and I listened to, I guess there was a shooting in Pennsylvania, some officers or something in New York or something. I was listening to Josh Shapiro, and he said he had the chance to sit down with the lieutenant governor and a senator and a representative and the county commissioners. It made me think. So I went to look up for a list of Kentucky's county commissioners. Come up with a Kentucky's Public Service Commission.
Yeah. Every state's got it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the commission that
I think I'm about to get the key back to the kingdom here in Kentucky.
It's a public service system that uses the for males both the selective service and social security numbers. For the females, it's a social security number, and that's how they distinguish the welfare programs. Like I said earlier, for women and children, not men and children. So on the social security numbers for men, there's an extension of a selective service number, and it's just a numbers game in a tactic to divide the family, and that is through a certain set of warfare principles. Today, it's known as Trading with the Enemy Act, which is a foreign asset control program, otherwise known as a program of economic warfare.
When you end this,
all about the money, all about the money.
When you end this, I'll tell you something much deeper.
Well, I've got a couple other things I got to go do tonight, but we can talk tomorrow.
It'll only take a couple seconds for you to see the connections.
All right. Well, what do you got? What do you got on the way out then?
I'll end the same way I always do. Remember, popularity without a positive purpose holds no value to life's future. Be the change you wish to see.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up. And you guys know me. I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. That's to say, I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you don't respect me. That part's on you. So may God bless you and have a good night. We'll see everybody next time.
Oh Lord, I've done so many things wrong. I backed away when I should have stood strong. I quitted things were taking too long, and Lord, it's taking forever to write this song. I was born on the mighty Mississippi. My daddy was a mean drunk hippie. When mama had me, that damn doctor hit me, and now you know why I'm so goddamn lippy. So listen up and take a step back. Real rap's a journey, not a one-way track. Find your own voice, don't just imitate, cause the real ones rise and fakes ones fade. Bragging about the sweets they roll, and sitting on the cold aluminum throne while I'm spitting and vibing, they just moan, claiming they're kings but sitting alone. Got bars like a prison, but they can't break free. Spitting recycled lines, no originality, and here I am bringing up clarity while they babble on, lost in their parody. No need to set a trap with a limp in their wall. People saying that you ever can't even talk. Babbling lies, they think they're so fly, but I'm here to tell them to say goodbye. Babbling nonsense, trying to chase that fame, but I'm here to call it out. It's a damn shame claiming they're the next biggie in the game, but their rhymes are weak, just a flicker, no flame. You sound familiar, yeah, real vanilla, so similar like some out of place gorilla in a small villa deep in Manila, kin to Queen Camilla and her flotilla and all kinds of furbies and chinchilla who drank too much tequila. And what's really killer is that the real filler is the real spiller. The real filler is the real filler of the real deal. All these channel nerds on this panel verse using battle words to tackle turds and slaying shit in bit non-bits, putting out hits on men with tits and chicks with dicks and LGBT misfits and don't know shit yet, professing truth like an effing sleuth in a private booth with a lying tooth, drunk or removed like a damn fool. And just in case you haven't heard, I'm a true ogre that writes his own word, so don't cross the line, it isn't blurred. From first-hand experience I've learned when I hold the words back in my mind. It's just me trying to be kind, but no, man, I'm not so blind. Speaking is the right kind. Speaking vivid visions right from the start, with each word playing a certain part. A verbal picture that shows its own art, painted with passion, inspired by the heart. I'm telling you, break the chains with the truth in a world full of babble and giving proof. So drop the act, let the real ones thrive. In this rap game, only the genuine survive. When things have become so problematic, I try to find solutions like an addict looking for a buck to keep up the habit, and the effect seems so damn automatic. This comes a personality or whatever you want to call it. I don't participate chasing the bag by trying to call it. See, I'm a redneck with no money in my damn wallet, so go ahead and keep hating on me like Jussie Smollett.
Everyone questioning my style, you must be kidding. The words that I am putting forth are hitting you in the right in the face, yet you are tripping. You're drunk on something and you ain't been sipping. Just step into the metaverse where the vibes can be cursed, digital dreams, but sometimes it feels like a hearse. People lost in avatars, chasing likes in the cloud. But what's worse is the real world's fading now. We all have the freedom of speech be, but people always trying to bleep me. Is it because they can't keep me? Or is it because they can't beat me? Bring the simple truths that you can't destroy. All the patent things I've seen since I was a boy. The things that made me cry and brought me joy. The good and bad in my life I learned to employ. Taking from them the experience and leaving emotions behind. And so I learned to be true and no longer accept to be blind. Acting and performing in ways that others have defined, only to find out once again that I have them aligned. We're living in a world that's so filled with doubt. If you're caught in the game, they try to seem to break out. I see you looking for the truth, but it's hard to scout. Thought you were awake, but finding you're lost in the cloud. They feed us the script, gotta learn to live without. Learn to question every lie and to flip the route. See the agents lurking in the dark corners all about. See I'm breaking free here, my discernment speaking out. Perception's a trick punch like a shadow in a bout. Chasing after dreams, others trying to drown them out. But I rise from the ashes and break free from that doubt. In this matrix of madness, you hear me scream out, breaking the chains and getting rid of all the doubt. That's what you have to do to find your way out. Drink the clean waters and let your vision sprout. In a world of deception, together we'll rise and shine. From the matrix way twist what it's all about. Reality's not a screen, that's delusion. You can do it out, trapped in that illusion, and mostly seeing others pout, feeling like a pawn in a game where they set the route. Bet you didn't think I could write this rap. Bet you didn't bet I'm right in fact. So scream all you want and write in caps. All you really doing is fighting stats. So remember I was born on the mighty Mississippi. My daddy was a mean drunk hippie. My mama had me, that damn doctor hit me. And now you know why I'm so goddamn lippy.
Days ago, and look who we have. Say hi to Dempsey. We've come to realize that it's a female with the dull coloring, And so therefore it is no longer Dempsey Sir Poops a Lot. It is Dempsey Madam Poops a Lot. So just once again, reminder, if you're a steward of life, you will have lifelong friends. God bless. Love y'all. Have a great day.